Hello everyone, this is the Inflatable Maniac. Today I'm going to show you guys a couple updates on me trying to fix up my 14.5 foot toy soldier Mickey inflatable, as well as make a little bit of a guide just for basic maintenance and repair of inflatables if there are new collectors who want to fix up their inflatables, don't really know how. It's like a lot of this stuff should be commonplace, but I figured I'd make a video about it just for the heck of it because you never know what people do and don't know. So here's Mickey. You also notice he's lying on his back because the wind has been annoying, to say the least. Mickey's not super sturdy unless you stake him down, I'm assuming, and the wind, the slightest gust will knock him over, so that's why he's on his back. He's taking a nap, let's just say that. I'm trying to think where to start. I think the first thing I should address is the base leg, as I spit on my phone. The first thing... Who's honking? What the frick? First thing I fixed on him was the base leg. If you'll remember, one of the legs was like snapped off and was no longer being held on by that clip. So repairing legs is actually pretty simple. What you gotta do is you gotta get another fan, another base of some sort, or find an inflatable with the base legs that you don't care about as much or that doesn't need all four legs for stabilization. For example, I took this leg off my 2021 animated dinosaur. He's already pretty stable. Once you stake him down, I don't think missing a leg is going to hurt him. What you do in that case, if you want to replace the leg, is you obviously, they're held on by these clips. And I apologize if the fan's kind of loud, so I'm going to have to talk a little loud, but you unclip this and just kind of let the clip hang. You take the old leg off, throw it away. You take your new leg, you'll notice there are these screws right there. So you're going to unscrew that, find a screwdriver that'll fit, which can be tricky because these screws are so small. And you'll unscrew it and there's this pin. The pin is what holds the leg in place. So you'll go over there, or somewhere, there should be a spot where you can kind of get a loose with your screwdriver. Yeah, this is a better example. The screw's right here, pin's right here, you can kind of just hook that loose, slide it out, put the leg in position, slide the pin back in, tighten the screw, flip the leg back on and you're set. I was surprised at how easy it was to fix the leg. That was the first repair I did on Mickey, because obviously he wasn't standing very well without it. Second repair I did on Mickey was holes. Now, there are different things you can do to patch holes. I had a couple different methods. If they're small holes, the first method I tried, if I can turn Mickey over. Come on, Mickey, you got it. This is gonna be annoying. Come on, man. Work with me here. I don't care if your stupid candy cane is in the way. You can flip over. Okay, there we go. First method I tried is right here. You can see this is this black patch right here. I also have one on the back of his head where there's a seam coming apart. Right here. Now, these are nylon patches. I don't know where they sell them. You can probably find them on Amazon, maybe your local sewing store, maybe a camping gear store, I don't know. These are used to repair outdoor gear. And basically what I did, this was a blue one. You just cut the patch to the size that you need. It's got a sticky back, so you peel off the back. You just apply it firmly to the back of the inflatable or wherever there's the hole. And it says you could use it immediately after that. I would make sure you do it really well, because there are a couple spots where it's trying to come off, like right in this corner. It's like trying to come off, but if you give it a lot of pressure, it should stay. This one was blue, so I just took a fabric marker and just colored it black because it's not as noticeable that way. Because Mickey is black, he's not blue. I did the exact same thing with this patch over here. This one was green. Patched it up, you can hardly tell. Second method is tape. I've had great success using tape on inflatables. Sometimes it's hard to get it to stick. I know people have tried packaging tape, that doesn't really seem to work. At least not for me. It's clear, but it just doesn't like to stick to the fabric from my experience. Ice cream truck, go away, I really don't care right now. The tape I used was Gorilla Tape actually. If you've ever used Gorilla Glue, they have like a tape. So what I did, since this was a bigger hole, if you guys remember from the video, it was pretty gaping. Just rip a piece of tape, obviously apply it really good, I used a couple pieces because it was kind of a funky shape, and then I went on the inside, applied tape on the inside, sealed it up on both spots, so it's not going to be sticky on the inside, and it will stick to the other fabric, and it'll just be more secure. So, you know, tape seems like a fairly obvious thing, but I don't know who knows what, and if people just don't think of this stuff, so I figured I'd mention it. Go ahead and turn Mickey back over on his back. Why is there a bug on there? Die. And you'll notice there's still a couple little small holes. I haven't bothered to fix those. If they rip, I'll do something about them. I still need to fix that hole in the foot. But last thing I did was reattach the candy cane. There are a couple different ways you can do stuff like that. If there's like something that comes off, like a hand off a handlebar on a motorcycle, like my alligator band, my dad's alligator band I should say, the hand that the crocodile, it's called an alligator band, Jason. Why would it be an crocodile? The alligator was holding the guitar and his hand had come loose. So he couldn't hold the guitar, it would always fall off. So there are a couple different things you can do. You can just use needle and thread actually. If you know how to sew, you can just stitch it back on. I mean, these are made with, you know, sewing machines or whatever. They just use normal threads, so you can do that. That's probably more secure than what I do. When I have to attach something like that, I use safety pins actually. If you can see right there, safety pins going right through the candy cane and its head. So I've had a lot of luck with safety pins. If you do it right, they're very not noticeable and they work great for holding stuff. You can always do this from the inside. Just, you know, unzip the inflatable, poke it through, put the safety pin through where you need, and then clip it on the inside so it's not as noticeable. Being 14.5 feet tall though, Mickey has a lot of fabric, and I didn't really want to reach through all that fabric, so I just pinned on the outside, but I did it in a place behind the candy cane so you can't really see it. Yeah, right there, under there, you can see the safety pins. They hold great, and like I say, if you can't even tell they're there unless you're looking at them from the side and you're like, what's that? You see safety pins, which, you know, no big deal, but from the front, you can't even tell they're there, and it looks a lot better with him holding the candy cane up instead of it sagging over and just looking like crap. Obviously, there are still some stains on him. I don't know what I'm gonna do about those. I might try and clean them off. Honestly, I might just leave them. They don't detract from the look too much. It's a little dirty, but, you know, just part of them being used and loved, I guess. Yeah, so that's pretty much a little bit of basic maintenance for inflatables. Some of this stuff, like I say, it's probably very common knowledge, but I wanted to make a video about it just in case people are curious about what I do to fix my inflatables and such. I'll go ahead and see if I can stand Mickey up here real quick, see if you guys can get a look at what he looks like when he's standing, if the wind and Mickey will cooperate. As you remember from the last video, I had a lot of trouble getting this guy up. He does not like to stand up when there's wind. I'll go ahead and see if I can turn him here real quick and just get a brief glimpse of what he looks like when he's standing, just because. And this will have to be quick, like I said, because the wind's been being a stinker. But yeah, that's what he looks like now. Seems to inflate a little better. Candy cane being up makes him really look good. Because it looked like terrible when he was leaning over. Yeah, I was leaning over, whatever. And yeah, a lot of the repairs are not noticeable really. And they just help him function a lot better and look his best. So yeah, I apologize this video is like 9.5 minutes long by now. But if you enjoyed it, found it useful, please leave a like or subscribe down below if you would like. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.